Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be the last update for my deck of panning project pan. I can't believe I ran out of time in October to update you guys. I have never missed a month for deck of panning, I don't think, and October is just absolutely crazy for me. So we actually have quite a big update today. I have lots of things to share with you. I'm really excited. So let's hop into my deck of panning update. The item that's been in the longest is my ABH Modern Renaissance palette. I pulled the Joker and I decided I wanted to finish a shade. I'm trying to finish Tempura. Now, I've kind of lost track with my 1 million tallies on my sheet of paper, but I can tell you I have used this shade 115 total times since rolling it into this project, and I still don't even have side pan. I was hoping to have this eyeshadow finished before the end of the year, but it really doesn't look like that is going to happen. And I have come to terms with that. That is okay. It is the shade I set my primer with. Almost every time I do my eyeshadow, I have a hair on my face that's driving me nuts. Maybe I will be taking a break from this at the end of this year, but maybe in 2025 I will pull it back out to try and finish this shade. This palette has gotten so much use from me this year, especially as someone who pan that palette is not in the cards for me. I know I would be extremely unsuccessful with that project pan, but I have hit 2 additional pans in this palette this year, and I am very close to side pan. Maybe that can be my goal before the finale, is to finally hit side pan over here. That is the direction I have been trying to take this, but it's still just taking me so long. This would be in for eternity, so I guess that is what I get for pulling the Joker. For the prompt hit a pan, I pulled in my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I would love to have pan in this someday. I've seen so many of my friends actually finish this bronzer off. When I last updated you, I had used it 11 times. Bearing in mind I'm also trying to finish a bronzer before the end of the year, so this is certainly not my main focus. I have used it 7 times since then for a total of 18 uses in this project. I do feel like I am finally getting a bit of a dip on this. I have used this bronzer a total of 83 times, and you can still see the pattern that it has when you buy it. I don't know how long this is going to take, to be honest, to finally hit pan. That's probably going to be a goal for 2025 because I really don't foresee that happening by the end of the year while being so close to finishing a different bronzer, but I am still trucking along on this one. For the prompt primer, I put in this mini Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Pore Diffusing Primer. I really enjoyed this. It's a bit hydrating and blurred my pores really well. I have quite a few primers in my collection that work just as good as this one. I like this just as much as my Fenty one, so I'm happy that this is finally an empty. It looks like there is a little bit left in here, but I cannot get it out. Like, nothing's coming out anymore. I used this 6 times when I last updated you, and an additional 8 uses to finish this primer off. So I'm happy to have another makeup empty. For the prompt, a glowy product, I put in my Melt Cosmetics Cream Blushlight in the shade Honey Thief with just a 5-use goal, and I am happy to say that I did use this 5 times. It was quite a punchy shade coming into the fall months, but I was able to layer this with some more neutral leaning shades to kind of tone it down a little bit. And I have been opting for more of a bold eye look, and I just feel like it was a bit much. Not my smartest decision, but I did want to roll in a glowy cream blush for that prompt, and this is the one I picked, but I did successfully use it those 5 times, so I met my goal on this one as well. And lastly, for the prompt has a pan. I rolled in my Becca Champagne Pop. I hit pan on this a few years ago and it still is itty bitty. I promise there's a pan in there. I have a goal to use this 25 times before the end of the year, and I will say I'm definitely not on track to meet that goal. I have used this 8 times since rolling it in, which needs to be much higher, especially considering I skipped an update. But in my defense, I was trying to hit pan on a different highlight that this kind of fell to the wayside. But I'm going to buckle down and use this a bit more before the end of this year. I really do love this highlighter. It's one of the oldest in my collection and still is one of my very favorites. I'm wearing this today. I just love the neutrally peach undertone of this highlighter. I feel like it is so flattering on my neutral warm undertones. I don't think I'm going to use this an additional 17 more times. How many times did I say I used this? 8 times. So yes, 17 more uses. I'm definitely not going to hit that in 1 month because I don't even think I do my makeup 17 times in the month, and I like to spread the love around, but I'm happy to be getting some use out of this. But all that rambling aside, I finished a makeup product and I met my goal on a different product. So I will be rolling in 2 products to work on for the next 1 month. I'm going to set really small goals, see if I can just shop my stash a bit more as we come into the end of the year. It's going to be really low key for whatever I roll in, and that's okay with me. I just love shopping my stash too, and when I have updates like this, I'm actually filming multiple Project Pan updates today. I just feel really happy because it feels like my everyday makeup drawer kind of gets a big refresh all at once because I'm updating so many Project Pans and rolling in so many different things. But all that rambling aside, we need to draw 2 cards. As I shuffle my Winnie the Pooh deck of cards and put on screen this month's game board, I would love your thoughts, suggestions, feelings, changes, whatever, for Deck of Panning 2025. This project continues to be a favorite. I don't know where that card went. So it will be coming back next year, but I do switch up the game board a little bit. Every year I change the face cards. So what prompts are your favorite that you would potentially like to get again and again that are a bit more versatile? Do you have any prompt suggestions to add to the regular list of prompts that gets randomized, shuffled around every month? Just leave all your feedback on this Project Pan in the comments so that I can start working on the game board for 2025. Let's pull 2 cards. Number 1, we have the Ace of Diamonds, which is actually pick up 2, so we need to pull in 3 new products. That's okay. Let's do that first. Okay, we'll have the 5 of Diamonds, which is in it for the long haul. That is obviously not a good prompt to pull in with only 1 month left of the project, but I am going to try and choose a product that would have fit this prompt better earlier in the year, if that makes sense. It's not going to be in it for the long haul, but I will try and choose a product with the essence of the prompt in mind. Product number 2, this is the 5 of Hearts, which is a glittery product. Okay, and one more card. This is the Jack of Clubs. I really had to think about that, which is a powder product. I have no idea what I'm going to pull in. Oh, this is so challenging. Okay, in it for the long haul, glittery, and something that is a powder product. I'll see you in a little bit. Last year when I got the prompt in it for the long haul, I chose my Tarte Tartelette Toasted palette to use 50 times and hit 2 pans. And I feel like that was just a perfect route to go with that prompt. I felt so motivated by that. I was really happy with the usage that palette got last year. So I'm going to have like the same goal. Please keep in mind, we just have 1 month until the finale, but that was my thinking in choosing the Colourpop Dream St palette. Ideally, I would have loved to use this 2 times and hit 2 more pans in this palette. I only have 1 pan, but I have a lot of dips. This is a palette I would love to see more pans in before officially retiring it, but also I haven't used every shade that frequently this year, just popped in here every once in a while, so I really do need to determine if this has expired. Has this gone bad? Is it worth focusing on next year in this is one of my focus palettes in my Pan Those Eyeshadows series, so I am going to try and get some solid use on it. Really, with all 3 products I'm rolling in today, any use in the next month I'm going to consider a win. Maybe, I mean, the prompt is in it for the long haul. Maybe the real goal should be no pan left behind, just to kind of test the quality of all of the eyeshadows. We'll see how much usage actually gets done with my Dream St palette, but this is what I'm choosing for that prompt. Next, for the prompt Glittery, this is the one I had to think about the most. I ended up choosing this Ofra gloss in the shade Millie. This is in collaboration with Samantha March. I am trying to finish the shade Queen in a different project pan. I'm getting so close, but this is the most glittery gloss in my collection, and the Ofra glitter glosses are quite gritty on the lips. Definitely not my favorite texture. I don't love the feel of them. However, I cannot deny that they are so beautiful visually. So if you can get past the kind of gritty feel on the lips, which I can't always do, but this is what I'm choosing for Glittery. I would love to get 5 uses on this glittery gloss. Again, I don't know if that's going to happen in 1 month, but I felt that this fit the prompt perfectly. And lastly, for a powder product, I went very literal and chose a loose powder, but it could be a powder highlight, powder eyeshadow, powder blush, like literally any product that is a powder. This was on my 24 to pan in 2024. I've actually used it a ton this year, though it's never been in a project. I wanted to finish this Becca Hydra Set and Refresh powder. I feel like I still have quite a lot left. These are lines from a project a long time ago, and now I'm down to about here. I don't know if you can even see how little powder I feel like is left in here, but it's lasting such a long time. So I'm going to roll this in to finish it, but really I just want to use this every single day I do my makeup to set my under eyes. I do have a powder, a pressed powder that I'm trying to finish as well, so I'm going to set my under eyes with this every time I do my makeup until this project ends, and hopefully get some more progress on this, and so I'm able to finish this next year. I hope that makes sense. That is everything for my deck of panning update. I'm so happy we rolled in 3 things, even though I thought I was only going to roll in 2. That's okay. That is the essence of the game, you know, pulling a pick up 2 is fun sometimes, and I only have 1 more month, so really any use I get on these products I'm going to count as a win. If you enjoyed today's project pan update, give it a thumbs up so that I know, and don't forget, down in the comments below, give me your feedback on the deck of panning project pan and any of your suggestions for next year. I really want to have the game board prepped and ready to go before the busy holiday season. Thank you so much for listening to my rambling, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!